then we're going to pop over to the actual meeting between Leo and his attorney and Sonny and his attorney, his own father, Justin. And I think in this instance, just like in medical issues where they tell you not to have a family member be your doctor, you should not allow Justin to ever be your lawyer. He's always referred to as the best lawyer in town. But everybody,
is he the only lawyer in town?
he seems to be right now. And he always loses. I mean, he always loses.
He loses.
A couple of years ago, Nicole Walker lost her baby because Justin can't figure that one out. And then Justin lets Gabby go to prison. I mean, doesn't let her, but like he gets caught off guard by that. And all of a sudden Gabby's, so it's like every time it's like, you've got the best lawyer on your side. No, he's not. No, he's not. Justin, no. He's a nice guy, but he is not the best lawyer. So, well, let's just step back to where they chose to have their meeting.
Yeah, where was that?
Horton Town Square. Just the name Horton Town Square.
Every soap has a town square
Every
where
soap has
everybody meets.
Everybody crosses paths.
Yes.
Hey, it's okay. Somehow they all have to interconnect somewhere. So they're sitting at a table, at a restaurant, at a table in an open area where people are milling around them discussing a multi-million-dollar sexual harassment lawsuit.
Where one does.
That's where everybody would have that meeting. Now, Melissa doesn't know this yet, but there is a famous blue room on Days of Our Lives. It is not blue in the sense that it is adult and inappropriate or that it might get banned in Boston, and not that kind of blue. It is the all-purpose blue room. Sometimes it's an office. It has been used for legal proceedings. It has been used as a storage closet. I mean, it is an all-purpose room. And they will just simply move some of the flats, like the flat that has a window, maybe they'll have a second window, or they'll get rid of the window altogether and have a second door. Like, they just move stuff around, but it's the blue room, the multi-purpose blue room. Why did they not go to the blue room? I mean, why would anybody have a meeting this sensitive in Horton Town Square? It's insane.
Because somebody will eavesdrop, and we'll learn that later.
Maybe. I mean, that would make sense, but I didn't see anybody eavesdropping. But
you never know.
You're true. That is truer words were never spoken. You never know. God.
I'll write that in later.
So then let's just take a second on Sonny. Now, I will say again, there was a time when Sonny was one of my very favorite characters on this show. I found him very endearing and very open and just very kind of refreshing for a soap character, that he just had this really clear moral compass, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? Time and a bad marriage have not done anything good for Sonny.
That's too bad.
Sonny did some really stupid stuff. And I don't feel bad for him anymore. He dated a guy he met on an app. He was told by people that this guy that he's dating he met on an app.
Does the app have a name?
It does. Oh, I'm so embarrassed I'm gonna forget what it was.
It's okay, we'll move on.
We'll move on, but I gotta find it because it's actually really good. Don't go anywhere. We've got to get the name of it because it's really, really funny. Stay there.
Oh my god.
Okay. It did not take too long to find. And I'm embarrassed that I forgot. Because it's exactly the name of an app that would appeal to a younger gay man. It's called Delve. Everybody has downloaded Delve.
It's so stupid.
It's like, it sounds like something you would use to do research papers in college.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
It's like, who came up with that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's terrible.
I don't know.
It should be like Dick or something.
Well, no. Now, here's the other thing. Days of Our Lives history. Now, this is important, Melissa. You need to know this.
Okay. Yeah.
This show was the first show that actually openly embraced a Roman Catholic family. Because prior to that, and even after that, I think up until Ryan's Hope showed up in the mid-70s, characters were always Protestant.
Oh, interesting.
Because that's who, the general public was kind of groomed to accept.
Yeah.
And so Days of Our Lives was quite different by having an actively Catholic family.
Yeah.
And they kind of cling to a more traditional set in terms of how they think about things. Anyway, Delve. Sonny's already downloaded Delve. He just hadn't used it. And he needed this ponytailed bartender to help him use it. And we haven't found out for sure or not yet, but the ponytailed bartender could be part of the setup because this is all just too perfect.
Yeah.
But basically, Sonny finds the guy in the app, and even when people say, hey, you know what? We've seen Leo with your arch enemy, Vivian Alamain, sitting in a park talking it up. Sonny does what Sonny does best, which is to stick his head in the sand and assume that everybody is out to get him. And he says, no, there can't possibly be anything wrong with this. There can't be anything to worry about. Leo has told me the truth. No, he did not. And then even after going so far as breaking up with Leo, because Leo mysteriously then worked for the company that Sonny runs.
Okay.
So Sonny says, hey, you can't be my personal assistant and date me. That could have been beer on my computer. So saying that was like, no, it can't be this. Yeah. So you're going to have to, one or the other. So Leo breaks up with him to, heighten the sensation. So by the time that Leo has completely roped Sonny in and has laid all these traps that Sonny has stepped into, just each and every one, Leo tells him he's going to quit. I'm going to quit the job because I want you. I want you, Sonny.
Of course, yes.
Yes. So let's have sex in your office because I have a camera planted in that tree over there. So now I'm going to have a video.
And I'm going to blackmail you.
Yes, I'm going to have a video of us having sex on your desk.
So I can have your job.
So I can have all the money I want. Yeah. So Sonny Brady said this once, Sonny's just dumb, and Brady was not wrong. Sonny just makes very bad mistakes. He has rose-colored glasses on.
He's very naive.
He is so naive. Victor called him naive. Shouldn't even watch that episode, and there we are. Victor said, you are naive, you're fired. So
you're fired.
Pretty much in that order. And then Sonny, instead of fighting for his job, slunk out of the room. I can see why you fired me. Grow backbone.
Or drink.
Well, the drinking is what made him meet the ponytailed bartender who got him in trouble in the first place. So we gotta watch all this. So they have this meeting in the park, and by the time everything's done, Justin is like peeing in his pants because he knows that they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because all this information that Leo has, photos and fake texts and everything else. I'm like, where's the timestamp on text? Leo sends Sonny like 5 texts in a row immediately, and then deletes them from Sonny's phone to his phone, and then deletes them, and they're acting like this matters. Timestamps, people.
Yeah. They're
supposed to be over a period of several days. How far am I supposed to suspend my disbelief for this? I think because Melissa and I, our work history, which we're not going to go into, we don't believe that. I'll accept that Dr. Rolf created a serum to keep Will from dying from his strangulation.
But timestamps.
But the timestamps on text is irrefutable. Absolutely. What's he using? A flip phone? God, that was ridiculous. It's, I don't know what saw it. No, they do. So they used to use some phone that tapped together. Years ago, they'd be like, touch my phone, because somebody paid them money. Remember that?
I remember
touch
that.
My phone and send me a video. But now they've been carrying around iPhone 5s or something, and the screen is always blue when they're talking on it, which are like, okay, phones have, they don't stay lit when you're talking on them, people. So anyway, the big things that happened over the course of last week were the whole thing with Sierra. Sierra runs out onto the motorcycle, onto Beau's motorcycle, and we got to see that she had a ridiculous accident where she was passed out and 12 inches from her phone, which she could not reach until, of course, the battery had died because Tripp called her so many times. So she had all these things. Now, what we didn't find out yet, but I'm going to give you a little sneak peek.
Ooh.
Preview. Spoiler. After Chad, we didn't even talk about Ben. This has to be quick because this was also important. Ben is now out of the asylum. And I want to know how it is that on Days of Our Lives they can get away with still using terms like loony bin.
This is true.
They say things like that all the time.
It's the same thing on Young and the Restless. There's always somebody in the loony bin.
The loony bin. But either way, it's like you don't say loony bin at this point in time, but you do on Days of Our Lives.
I wonder who how old the audience is for soaps with the
It is not real young.
average.
It is not real young.
So it's probably not hurting anybody.
Probably not. But either way, I just can't believe that that's okay.
I
So
know.
that's what they say. So
It
Ben's
is.
out. He's free. Marlena, had the talk last week. They have, she couldn't in good conscience, stop, filing kind of petition or complaint against it. But Hope is just bent out of shape because Hope is Hope. So Ben's first stop is to apologize to Will because, as Ben told Marlena, it was recreating Bill. Whoops. Recreating Will's murder is what started him on this road to recovery. So he goes straight for Will to apologize. Freaks Will out again, no big surprise. Lucky for Will, here comes his protector, Stefano. What's his name? Chad? Yeah, Chad shows up. God, Chad. He's just so alpha. Chad's gonna drive him to the edge of town. You know who else is at the edge of town right now? Sierra, next to her motorcycle.
Oh my.
Yeah, so
happen.
Sierra's gonna get picked up by Ben. It hasn't happened yet,
Uh-oh.
because second spoiler alert, this is Tuesday. So I've already seen the first 2 episodes this week, and I haven't given her any real updates. But at some point this week, we're gonna see Ben pick up Sierra. Spoilers. It's not a spoiler. Everyone saw this coming. And if you didn't see this coming, go online. It's all there. So anyway, but I think those are kind of the key points.
Yeah.
Teresa, I don't want to talk about Teresa. She just cries incessantly. Victor,
She's still wearing that top too.
she wears that top again when she leaves the next place. Yeah, we'll see that next week. But yeah, she's big on that. She just cries, all that makeup. It doesn't run. She chooses good cosmetics.
Well, there you go.
Victor never learns. Brady's very self-righteous. None of that was particularly interesting. I know some people are really into that group of stories, but I wanted to be excited about Teresa's return. Melissa wanted to be excited about Teresa's return. Hey, Melissa does remember Eve, though, from One Life to Live.
I do.
And I remember Eve from Guiding Light. Neither one of us are that young, okay?
No.
And we've been watching these shows way too long. So, anyway, so that's what we know about this week. Stories that were really, really interesting that are like ongoing long-term stories. The stuff that's beginning with the whole eyeball situation, we didn't even touch on that. We'll get into that next week.
Patchy?
Patch. Yeah, you know that this is going to work out really, really poorly for Kayla. But hey, it's a story. People have been saying for a long time that Steve and Kayla have been really underutilized. And, if Kayla gets her hands dirty, that could be interesting. We'll see where that goes. Well, I think it was a ridiculous week. I think that's what it was about. 3 days jam-packed of ridiculousness.
That's usually what happens in the short weeks.
I think it's true. I think it's very true. What doesn't happen enough in a short week would be brownie cookies and a little bit of alcohol. I think I've had probably just about enough. I have a really low tolerance, so as everybody knows, for booze.
Yeah, you've had a few.
I have. I've had a couple. They're not. It's not a big glass. It's only a couple of ounces.
You've had a
but
quarter of a bottle.
I have
No,
not had
maybe not.
a quarter of a bottle. She sounds like my mother. Can I take that glass from you? Have you had enough? Can I take that from you? No. If you ask me one more time, I'll have another one. Anyway, it's not it. All right, so join us next week. Hopefully we'll have some really cool stuff that happens. There is, the whole thing with Will and trying to get his memory back with the big formula. We'll see where any of that goes, and we'll talk then. So, till next week, I'm Steven.
I'm Melissa.
We'll see you later.
Cheers.